And a lot of the times we don't realize just how much we're in that season. We have to let go of things that no longer serve us. We have to let go of things that are taking up space. I am Shanika. For those of you guys, whether you're new or you're returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's be honest. Sometimes we don't realize just how chaotic and out of order everything is until we actually stop and take a look around. And this vlog specifically, I know that you probably saw the title. It's about spring deep cleaning. It's about starting fresh with God, all of the things. And while you will see a lot of cleaning in this vlog, and I mean you will see a lot of cleaning, a lot of it is actually both spiritually and outwardly. And so you might be in a season where you feel that God is getting ready to do something. You're at your Jordan, you're crossing over. There's a promise that's on the horizon. And a lot of the times you don't realize just how much we're in that season. We have to let go of things that no longer serve us. We have to let go of things that are taking up space that is required for the new thing that is ahead. And so while you will see a lot of cleaning, you'll see some BTS of what it is to be a food content creator and the whole behind the scenes of that and the process, and sometimes just the hard work and the amount of hours and just all of the in-betweens. It definitely is just more about being in that season of letting go and refreshing. And sometimes we just think that we need new things. And while new things are cool and sometimes new things will come, a lot of the times it's just that we just need to let go of old things and then repurpose or restructure the things we already have. And a lot of the times that makes it new, and sometimes that just adds room or creates room for the new thing to come. And so, as the Bible tells us, we cannot put new wine in old wine skins. And so this episode is definitely going to be all about letting go and preparing for what is to come. And so, as you know, it is spring. Things are starting to bloom. The weather is starting to get consistently nice. My braids are out. All of the things, just a major, major refresh. And so I hope that you enjoy. Be sure to stay tuned until the end because I have a special rendition of a dish that is super popular on my food blog, Orchids and Sweet Tea, and it's Marry Me Chicken. And so we will have that towards the end with some closing reflection on all that we have talked about and learned throughout this episode. And so thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe and also comment. I love to hear from you guys. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from, or whether you're new here, or what you preferred or liked about the vlog. Just let me know. I love to talk to you guys. I love to pray with you guys, all of the things. And so I will talk to you guys shortly.
Be in that position because everything is broken.
Every time I elevated something to celebrate. John Jones, I went to heavyweight on these featherweights, but I ain't backing down, I'ma take the weight up another plate. Lean at the crumbs, that's how you eat, let me demonstrate. Decade in the game, I ain't lost a step, I just up the pace. Watch them up the pay, I put in the reps and pick up the chase. Then it up the balance, but we ain't even no miles away. It ain't just a talent, I took the challenge and walked the craze. Fell a couple times, but I got back up with some saving grace. Definitely leader, a pastor still need a preacher. Talk to me when I'm shallow, lend a lens to see deeper. Closer in to see higher up, that's too much for the speakers, but ain't much for the thinkers. Clouded, I rush to the lower end to see what's in the deeper. Found a message to send itself, we're much younger and eager. Keep your youth and maintain your health, cause the future is trouble. But you made for the struggle, and you born with the hustle. Any imagery less than greatness, erase it and double down on your first mind. I come from the worst kind, made life before I found shine. No chain, it was all grind. I'm him and they want to dim, but my lumen's way off the chart. I'm human, I can't admit, but my spirit up with the stars. I'm clear as I ever been, this feeling won't never end. They watching, I notice, but it ain't knocking the focus. I'm highest and hottest, but I still be the coldest. I'm a champion, I'ma win, I know. I'ma grind for mine, they can't stop me, no. If I die, it's fine, cause I live to show that it can be done. I'm a champion, I'm a champion. I'ma win, I know. I'ma grind for mine, they can't stop me, no. If I die, it's fine, cause I live to show that it can be done. I'm a champion, I'm a champion. life been so crazy. I can't do nothing but look high, this is just like I prayed. But ain't like I thought, on my way. And sitting in my zone while they plotting out my grave. I'm plotting my next stop out state, getting that pay. I kept it true, I can't say how they played. I'm just gonna state what I knew and thank God I got grace. Grace for my years I've been putting in that pain. The bounce back insane, the build up took time, but wiped up the stains. I'm mic'd up is live, tap in, let's get gains. It ain't no more would did or should did. I got too much right now to brain. That's all I know and all I live for. All trying to stop my show. The tour 10 years ain't stopping till it's round the world and back again and back again and back again and back.
Hey y'all, it is Monday, and so I am just wrapping up dinner. Just quickly made a taco kind of burrito bowl, which I'm about to show you guys. And so as you can see, I have turkey meat, and then I roasted some veggies like onions, poblano peppers, bell peppers. Then there's rice, avocado, sauteed black beans, and then some roasted corn. And so that is the bowl that is for dinner. And then I made my dairy-free chipotle sauce, which I'm about to show you guys once I put it on, and my latte, and then that is dinner. So just I wouldn't say quick, but a simpler kind of dinner that you just build. So I'm about to show you guys once I put the chipotle sauce on, and then we'll be back. All right, you guys, there it is. That's the bowl. Put on the sauce. I put the sauce on there. So you just mix it all together. At least I like to mix my stuff together. And then you eat. So let's see how it is. The chipotle sauce has like a spice to it, which is nice. That's it. So I'm about to eat, and I'll be back, guys. Hey y'all. So today is Thursday, and as you can see in my background, we have a bit of disorganization here. Now that we're in April, although it's not really quite feeling like spring here in New York City today, it is officially spring. And so I want to do like an entire reset, and I'm starting room by room. And today we are going to be tackling, or to start, we're going to be tackling the bedroom. And so I'm literally going to deep clean, really be throwing out a lot of things. As you guys can see, I have my closet open because we're going to be going through clothes and preparing clothes to give to charity, all of that good stuff. So yeah, we are going to be throwing away things. When I say clean from top to bottom, I mean clean from top to bottom. And then I'm working my way out. The kitchen we did in like 2 vlogs ago, so thankfully I don't have to do that. But the living room is the other area of the house that needs a lot of organization and a lot of throwing out and decluttering and all of the things. It's not just physical, but it's also spiritual. I just feel like I'm just in that season where I'm preparing for what God has next. And so I just need a reset entirely. Also with me personally, it's like for my creativity and just for a clear mind, I need my space to just be together. Any of you that feel the same exact way, let me know in the comments. But yeah, when I feel like there's chaos, it just feels like creativity is not as flowing. My mind is just like in this, like I don't want to do anything. I don't feel like doing anything kind of state. So yeah, so I just kind of want to get everything back and in order. Having a kid and 2 dogs, there's a lot of stuff on top of just a lot of things. When you're doing creation, content creation, and all the stuff, you can easily hoard things, easily add a lot of things and not throw away and not organize as best. But yeah, so I say all of that to say, guys, we getting it together. Also, I said I was going to also talk about like the whole nerve thing that happened. So if you watched my previous vlog, if you haven't, definitely recommend. At the end, I was talking about how I was pretty much out of commission for the past week and a half, and it was because of like inflammation in my nerves. So I'm going to also talk about that in this vlog, like how I healed it naturally and all of the things. So yeah, we're going to be talking about cleaning, decluttering, spiritual alignment, and health and wellness. So yeah, so I'm not going to talk your heads off. As you can see, like I said, I am dressed in my little sweatshirt, comfy pants, and then I also have on my compression socks because we are going to be working. So far, actually, what I did was, let me show you guys real quick. So far, I had the hubby actually change out our curtains. So if you guys know, we had some like yellow blackout light curtains, but I have been dying for light, and so we changed it to these sheer ones, but it actually is like privacy sheers. So apparently people can't really see looking in. And so yeah, so I needed something to just brighten up the space a little bit, but also I needed something where the sunlight can actually shine through and I don't have to like have the curtain wide open all the time. So yeah, so we did that. And then I also had my puppy's gate here. Like I had a gate that looked like a table, but I took it out and we put it into the office because that is where he prefers to sleep. So now that creates more space for me to be able to work with in the room. So moving around some things and yeah, really just getting everything in order. So before I even get started and all of that, how are you guys? I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, so you might feel just as chaotic about everything just in the world, in your own personal life, all of that stuff. So just want to check in, see how you guys are doing. Hopefully you're doing well. You're staying, again, you're guarding your heart, mind, and soul in the midst of all of this. Just remember that, again, the Lord is sovereign. And so regardless of what happens in the world or in our lives, he's in control. So that's just my little encouragement before we start. But yeah, I'm about to get started. So you guys are about to see all of that good stuff. We will talk again shortly. As you guys can see, I have been cleaning away for the past couple of hours. I am doing, as I told you guys earlier in the vlog, a real deep clean. I just did the closet, completed all of the organizing and throwing out and all of that good stuff. So now I just have, as you guys can see, all this mess here, just have all this stuff to put away and throw in the garbage. I have cleared most. I have packed the clothes that I have taken out of my closet and all of that, packed them into bags. So we have a half bag here and then 2 full bags. So 2.5 bags worth of stuff that I'm going to be donating to this charity that I always do in Brooklyn. On this bag, I have a few shoes that I put in here that were new that I haven't even worn, hats, and obviously more clothes. So yeah, that's all of the stuff that I have taken down and out that were practically like new. A lot of the stuff, including coats and whatnot, I barely wore if once. So yeah, so I'm just putting all of that stuff for charity. And then I had maybe 2 handbags in there as well, also kind of getting rid of. So yeah, so that is that. So I'm about to, now that I have all of that stuff packed, I am about to close up these bags and put them out into the living room so that I can get those taken care of and dropped off. And yeah, so like I said, all I have left, as you can see behind me, is just to really clear up this bed, change the sheets, and just clear up any garbages that I have around. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick. So yeah, so this is a bag of garbage here, and as you can see on the floors and stuff, there's just stuff to sweep up. And then as you can see, like I said, the bed is here. All of this stuff is already dusted and taken care of. I have the vanity here, which I've already done. I already redid the shelf. So as you guys can see, I have the shelf done. In the third shelf, I'm actually now putting like handbags here. So like maybe clutches, the smaller bags that I have that. Then I have all my hair stuff here. I actually decided to put some of my sneakers in these containers. So I have like some of my sneakers here. As you can see, I really like the Adidas. I think it's Asawega, or I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but those sneakers are really, really comfy. So I have at least like 3 pairs and have that there. The rest of my shoes are in the closet, but those were just ones that's great to just always, the ones that I always kind of grab. So I wanted them out. It's easier. Then obviously over here, I already have all of this stuff done, and I already did everything here. I already cleaned up the side tables and all of that good stuff. As you guys can see, I have the camera for the closet, so you guys obviously will see glimpses of that. But let me just show you right quick what it looks like finished. So as you can see, I put these hooks here to just have these handbags out. And then on this side is my hubby's hats. And then obviously we have our clothes. So it's much, much lighter in here, although it still looks packed. But it's a lot lighter because we had a ton more. And then obviously we have a row behind that. So it's much lighter, like you can actually fit any newer pieces you have. Not much, but you can fit some. And then as you can see, the shoes. So it goes really deep back there. So there's actually more shoe boxes and stuff behind this, but these are where my husband's sneakers are in these little glass boxes. So being that he has a lot of them, that's why I put mine's over on the other side of the room. But I also have these boxes of shoes that I have, including shoes that are out. And then, like I said, there's shoes in the back. And then at the top, I have all those winter clothes and summer clothes in this big bag that I got from the Container Store, which is so dope. It's a lot easier. Plus, it's clear, so you can actually remember what you have in there. And then, obviously, I have a few bags there and just my sweats that I put up on the shelf. So yeah, as you guys can see, did quite a bit. So yeah, so I am pretty much finished for the most part. Like I said, just have to spread my bed and sweep. And so you guys will see the rest of that. Once that all is finished and come together, then you will see the complete product of the room. But yeah, it's a lot more organized, a lot lighter, threw away a lot of stuff. I actually have another bag of garbage that's outside my door. And yeah, so got rid of a lot, feel a lot lighter, feel like I can breathe. Also got new rugs. So once I sweep up this stuff, I will be putting up the new rugs. As you guys saw, I showed you guys earlier, put up new curtains. So now I feel like there should be more light that comes in, which is great. So we're going to test that out today to see how that is. Yeah, so that's it. So let me just gather this stuff and finish this stuff up. I feel like 30 minutes should be the maximum for me to really clean up the rest. So that's what I'm gonna do, put on a timer and get to cleaning. So I'll be back, guys. Hey, y'all. So, as you can see, I am finally finished after 8-9 hours. Yeah, so it was a lot, as you saw with my room. Just really did deep clean, reorganized everything, threw away some things, and really just restructured everywhere. So, I just want to show you guys how it looks once it's finished. And yeah, I'm about to get ready to shower and get some sleep. All right, take a look. All right, so now you guys see it's an open space. I rearranged couch. This big thing right here is my son's Big Joe, but this is the couch. That basketball hoop thing is going to go up later on today once it's daytime because that's too loud to put up. But yeah, so this is the long couch here. And so now we have it turned that way. So it creates a ton of space in the living room for you to walk and do all your things. And then over here, we have the little gym area where I have like my Pilates stuff and the bike, Peloton. And then obviously here, this board is also going up later today as well. I have the single couch on this side. These are the bags that are going to be going to charity, the clothes. And then this is my son's homeschool corner. So as you can see, everything is pretty much together. So this is all the stuff that he uses all the time, arts and crafts, all the things. And then he has a scooter over here and the air purifier here. And then these are garbage bags. So this is all the garbage that we got to toss out. And then also the shelves and toy chest and this whole table thing. So all of this was in the living room. Crazy. So those are going away in the garbage. And then as you can see, my props area, I still kept it. I created this space behind the couch so that you can easily walk. So it's like a little mini path. And then as you guys can see, because I removed one of the shelves, so now everything is really concise and packed, but some stuff I just put in the kitchen to use daily. And then these are just things that I want to just have in case I need to do any food styling or food photography or anything of that nature. So as you could see, then there's more on this side. So yep, that is it, y'all. So this is how it looks now that you see it from this way. So as you can see, much more space, much more organized, just much better. Oh, and then this is my son's plants thing, which we're going to do more than likely this weekend so he can plant his stuff and you plug it in and the light and everything goes on. So yeah, so that is it. So as you can see, I look a mess. I am done, ready to go to bed. So I'm about to shower. I don't know why my lip is so dry. About to shower and yeah, wind down. So I will talk to you guys again later. Hey, y'all. How are you guys? It is Thursday. It is early in the morning. About 5:16. You guys can see. So I'm up early starting recipes that I am doing. So I am doing 2 reels. So you guys are going to kind of see a little bit of the content creation side as I have been slowly getting back into the food. And so I'm redoing 2 recipes that's already on my Orchids and Sweet Tea site, but I want to update them because I have obviously perfected them even further from the years ago that I made them. And also I want to do a new short form video to show that updated version. So you guys are going to see that. As you guys can see, I am doing the dough. So one of them is cinnamon rolls. So they're my peach cobbler cinnamon rolls. That recipe I actually did last year, but I didn't really like how it turned out. And as of recently, I've just gained different inspiration for just how they'll come out. And so I'm testing this version. So I made a few tweaks and adjustments to it. So yeah, so that's what I'm currently getting the dough ready. So I have all my dry ingredients that I'm putting together. And then I've been waiting, as you can see, hopefully, for my yeast to proof. And so as I'm getting the dry ingredients together, that's doing its thing. And then everything gets mixed in. You guys will see the dough being done. I'm doing this without a mixer. Most people use a mixer, but I, coming from a Jamaican background, just used to the kneading process of it all. So I just kind of do it with my hands. I do want to get a mixer though. So I will be hopefully getting that this year, God's willing. I've had mixers before, so it's not that I haven't. I've just given them away because I just wasn't using them as often. But now I feel like I should just have one, even if I don't use it all the time, just to have one in case I want to use it. So here we are back at the drawing board to getting another mixer. And I've probably been through like 4 or 5 KitchenAid mixers. So yeah, that's a whole other story. But yeah, anyway, so I'm doing that. And then you guys are going to see me do my pineapple jerk chicken, which was on my site. I'm doing that over. That was years ago, probably like 3-4 years old. So I have definitely perfected jerk chicken and how to do it in the oven. So I am redoing that. So you guys are going to see that as well. And you guys are of course going to see the BTS of me actually doing the reel and all of that good stuff. So yeah, so right now I'm kind of doing the dough because I feel like doing that in the video is redundant because it's literally just putting everything together, kneading it, and then waiting for it to obviously proof for an hour to rise. So I'm skipping that step of recording that in the short form video and then just going straight into when it's risen and then that whole process of rolling out, doing all of that extra stuff, and then the whole process. So, and then after this, I'm going to clean and wash all the chicken that I have prepared because it's going to be quite a bit. And then we're going to go into the living room to where the setup is for me to do all of the short form. So yeah, so that's just a little gist. Wanted to give you guys a little rundown. Hopefully you guys have been doing great. I have not vlogged in a good 3 weeks. Although you guys probably won't feel that and notice that because I just put a vlog out just a couple days ago. But yeah, I've been, like I was telling you guys in the end of my previous vlog, that health wise, in terms of like my nerves and stuff, my nervous system has been crazy. So it was just dealing with all of that, resting and just balancing, getting back into the swing of things when it comes to that. Has been the thing that I've been doing. But I have been doing a lot of behind the scenes, back end admin work and all that stuff. So it's not like I have stopped working, just technically just more resting in terms of the laborious stuff. Yeah, but happy to be back. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I know there's a lot of things happening in the world, but like I always say, hopefully you guys are guarding your hearts, your minds, and your souls, because in this world, you cannot indulge for too long in social media, news, or any of those things. So yeah, but like I said, we'll chit chat a little bit later on, but I just wanted to show you guys this. So you guys are going to kind of see me quickly do this, and then we will go over into more of the BTS content creation setup, all that. So I will chat to you guys in a little bit.
I was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open, untied. The world seems soft, a place to lay. Ran through the days in the sun's.
Okay, so as you guys saw, I was doing all the kneading. And so this is the finished product, if you can see. So that is the dough. And so if you are a novice at making cinnamon rolls, or you sometimes feel like you get it wrong, or it's just like something always goes wrong, when it comes to the dough, the best way that you know that you have it perfectly so that it rises perfectly is, one, as you can see, you knead it until it is pretty much smooth. So as you can see, it looks very smooth, and it should be soft. So when you actually press on it, if you guys can see, it has like an imprint. So that's how you know that the dough is perfect, so that when you do rise it, it'll rise perfectly. It'll be nice and soft, and your dough itself, when it's baked, will be nice and fluffy. Yeah, so as you saw, there were moments where I've had to add a tiny bit of water, which you can add a little bit of milk, but being that it's yeast, what you don't want to do is add anything cold or hot. It has to be warm. And so being that I don't have extra milk that has already been sitting out, all of it is in the fridge, I decided to use warm water. So if you already have milk that's sitting out and it's warm, then you can actually just add milk instead of water like I did. But yeah, as you can see, it was like 1 or 2 tablespoons of water I had to add, and then probably like a little sprinkle of flour, just just to get it to that smooth. So sometimes you just have to play around with it as you're mixing it until it gets to that smooth. You want it to be, like I said, soft enough for you to have an imprint, and you want it to be elastic, so that means you can stretch it out a bit and it doesn't break. And so that is the indication of a perfect dough that's ready to rise and be perfectly risen, and then a perfectly baked dough. So hopefully that all made sense. But if you've ever had trouble with cinnamon rolls, it's usually at this point, because the dough part is the super important part of it all. And so if you don't get that initial rise perfected, then your whole cinnamon roll becomes either dense or whatever, and it's not that great. So you have to make sure that, again, for any yeast that's here, that everything is warm. You do not want it hot, you do not want it cold, because that kills the yeast. And so it is so important from the very beginning all the way through the rise that you get it perfect, because this is the main part of the cinnamon rolls that determines everything. And I can't tell you how many times, through trial and error of making hundreds of cinnamon rolls throughout my blogging career, that I have messed up cinnamon rolls and had to redo them. And it's not fun, because as you can see, it takes quite a bit of steps. So that's just my little tips. So hopefully you write that down. And again, I have a lot of these tips and stuff also in the recipe post on my blog. So when you scroll up and you see all the writings, usually there's a lot of things, great information there. It's not storytelling of the recipe and all that. I literally try to make it just very educational, helpful things. So be sure to always scroll up, see the FAQ, all of that stuff, to kind of get those troubleshooting tips so that you can avoid having to redo, or for your cinnamon rolls to not turn out great. So yeah, so as you can see, now I'm done. So I'm about to rub a little alcohol, not alcohol, no y'all, rub a little olive oil on the bowl, and then around the and all over the dough, so that it doesn't stick while it's rising, because it's gonna get humongous. And so once I do that, cover that, and then I'm gonna move on into first washing up and then doing the chicken. So BRB, guys.
Ran through the days in the sun's warm sway, but somewhere along the road I felt that.
All right, y'all. So as you can see, I am about to unveil this jerk chicken right quick. So it's been in the oven for probably, I want to say like 45 minutes. So it's practically cooked. But what you have to do right now is take off the foil paper and then drain out the juices. So you put the foil paper so that it can actually have a whole lot of juices in it. So as you can see, don't mind the noise out there, y'all. The sun is up. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of juices here. So this is great, because this is what you need to make your sauce. So yeah, so I'm about to drain out the sauce, put it into this saucepan, and then obviously that's the part that you guys will see in the real video. So obviously you guys are my peeps, so you guys get the behind the scenes of how it all looks. Because I'm doing it in the oven, I don't have the ability to I mean, I could take it out there and do all of that, but that's a lot of work, y'all. So again, all of this is instructed in the recipe, so it's not going to be confusion for people who make the recipe, but you guys get to see the actual BTS. So let me show you guys right quick. All right, so as you can see, I already have some in there. So I want to get as much as I can. So I just use a ladle because it's just a lot easier. I usually say about 1.5 cups, because you want to actually leave some liquid in, because you're now going to mix in a few other things and then put that whole sauce right back on your chicken and then let it dry out. So this second round, you're not going to put foil over it. So that's how you get that nice charred, like original jerk chicken, because it'll dry out. But then also how you get that nice glaze on it, because I kind of like my chicken to have sauce already baked on versus just sprinkling or drizzling the sauce. Sorry guys, my dog is going crazy right now. Yeah, so all right, so be right back.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Work with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes.
I have a challenge that seems impossible, or a habit.
Hey guys, hey. Again, here I am doing this for a second time because apparently I was talking away and I wasn't recording. I am taking a break. Don't mind my hair. As you guys were seeing, I'm taking it out, which I'm like 3/4 done. So I'm happy about that. But I'm taking a quick break to eat something. So me and the hubby got black seed bagel from Uber Eats. And this is a really dope bagel spot. So if you have not tried it in Brooklyn, highly, highly, highly recommend. They're in Barn Hill. So if you're in the area and you can go there, definitely. But if not, you can Uber Eats it. As you can see, I got a bacon, egg, and cheese. And as you can see, the sandwich looks so good. But this is on a gluten-free everything bagel bread. And so this is mine. My husband got regular everything bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese. And then I usually get their bagels just to have for later. So I got like cinnamon raisin this time, but last time we got like half a dozen bagels because although like we use David Killer's bread as organic bagels on our day-to-day what we eat, I always love a good homemade bagel. So whenever we go to this spot, I'm gonna get some of their bagels as well because they make everything in-house and everything homemade. So yeah, so I'm about to warm that up. I'm about to do my latte and then we're going to continue tackling this hair because I got to wash it and you guys will see that. And then of course, do like little twists for it to air dry because I don't do the blow dryer thing. So you guys are going to see all of that. So I'm about to warm this up, eat and do all of that good stuff. And then we'll chat later. BRB.
Sitting in the presence of Jesus is the only thing that can reset us internally.
All right, y'all. So as you can see, my hair is finally done. So it is this big poof ball. So I'm about to wash my hair right now, treat it, and do all of the things. If you guys saw, I've been using this detangling brush, which is so awesome. I've gotten this from Amazon, and so I have that linked in my shop, which is always in the description. But yeah, this has been a lifesaver. If you know, when you take out braids, one of the mistakes I've made a lot of times in the past was not combing it out so that it looks like this big fuzz ball, because when you don't do that and then you just take out your braids and wash it, oh guys, it is crazy to detangle because all of the knots and stuff just gets a lot tighter from the water. So yeah, so definitely always be sure to detangle your hair as much as you can, and this brush has definitely been a great help. So yeah, so I'm about to wash this hair because as you guys can see, it is needed a wash. I actually had my braids in for 2 months, which is not good, okay guys, so don't do that. It's very rare that I do that. Usually it's like a month and like a week or so, but this time I stretched it for 2 months. I did. They did last, so I'm so grateful that I did. But I am definitely going to super treat my hair so that it kind of restores from any possible little damage that has happened, because like I said, I have been on this healthy hair journey for the past 2 years since I did the big chop. So yeah, it's been 2 years since I did my final big chop. So I've been natural, like I've actually made my hair natural since, I want to say, my gosh, it's probably been like 13, 14 years. So I stopped relaxing my hair like 13, 14 years. And so, yeah, so I was working at Chase, yeah, like my early 20s. So yeah, 13, 14 years. And so I used to rock my hair super short. I've cut it many times, did the big chop many times. Like I've literally like done it all. And so my final big chop, and I mean, when I say big chop, I mean like shaved all the way off, like Caesar, was 2 years ago. So I've been growing out my hair since then again. As you can see, it has grown quite a lot. And this is actually after silk pressing my hair like twice and actually cutting off quite a bit, because like I said, I wanted it to really be healthy and strong. And so yeah, so I've been adamant about like making sure that my hair is healthy, not just natural. So I'm about to wash it, do a deep treatment. I'm not going to do the steaming today because I just feel like that's just a lot and I don't feel like doing that right now. But I'm going to definitely do a deep treatment. And then after that, twist my hair, grease it well and do all of that stuff. And then call it a day for that. So yeah, so I will talk to you guys after I wash my hair and do all of that stuff. You guys will see me probably twisting it and kind of doing all of that. But yeah, so as you guys know, I love Pattern Beauty. That has been like my top tier go-to when it comes to hair products. And I, for years, have tried so many different types. So I've tried all of the types, Maya Organics, all of those. And some of them I used to really love, but I feel like Pattern Beauty has definitely been the perfect thing for my hair texture because it looks super thick. And that's the craziest thing. Like my ends are a lot thicker than my actual hair. So when I wet this, it actually looks like super thin. So it's almost like I'm a mix between, I think it's like a mix between, I don't even know the hair, all of the hair lingo, but it's like 3C and 4C maybe. Yeah, so my hair can easily be weighed down, although it looks super thick right now. But again, when I wet it and all of that stuff, it can easily be weighed down. And so I feel like Pattern Beauty has been that product that is perfect for the thickness of my hair to really get it moisturized, but not so moisturized that it weighs down my hair, if that makes sense. So yeah, so that has been like one of my go-to products. So I literally have like almost everything in her line. So yeah, so that's why you see me use it, because it's really just one of those things that is really, really good for my hair. So yeah, so I am going to do that. And so you guys will see me when I am done. So BRB. Y'all, as you can see, I am finally finished and it was something. That's the only thing I hate about taking out braids is the amount of work to just detangle your hair and do all of that stuff afterwards, because no matter how much you try to detangle it after taking out the braids before you wash, it still ends up being super hard to detangle after. I mean, especially I think the longer that you have the braids in, right? So like I said, I had the braids in for 2 months this time. So I was expecting, I was braced for the challenge. Thankfully, it was not as bad, thankfully, for this detangling kind of conditioner thing, because man, I don't know, but when it does, like when you put it on and then you obviously are using the brush, it definitely reduces the challenge greatly. This is the other brush that I use. And so this is what I use when after I like wash my hair. So the yellow brush I showed you guys, that's just kind of like, that was my old one that I had, but this one does a much, much better job. So I just usually use the yellow one when I'm just detangling my hair when it's dry before washing. And then this is really what I use as my main. So this is also on Amazon and I have that linked as well. But yeah, but this right here, this detangling nectar by Pattern Beauty, I'm telling you, it does wonders, because as y'all saw, especially in this part here, which is like the middle-ish part, like this right here was just a challenge, because it just, sometimes you don't always get all of the hair when you're detangling it after you take out your braids. So it definitely is something. But as you guys can see, all done. So I just put them in big twists because, again, I let my hair air dry. So I just do that. I'm about to just seal it with this oil. I think this one is the argan oil blend. So I just literally put a little bit throughout my palms and then like just put it on my scalp and the ends of my hair to seal it all. If you are a natural hair girly, then you know the LOC method, which is LOC, and that's actually liquid, oil, and then cream. Obviously, I skipped the oil for last because I do the detangling nectar and all of that. So I just literally just put the oil to just seal it. But yeah, it's usually the oil and then the cream would be last. And so that is how you keep your moisture in your hair for the natural girly. So if you didn't know it, I'll put it up on the screen. LOC, and it's liquid, oil, cream. So yeah, so that is how you should actually be putting in your products. I really miss the days of the OG YouTubers, natural hair YouTubers. Man, they used to just have all of the tips and tricks and just all the things. Like back then I used to literally like make my like conditioner and stuff from scratch with like eggs and stuff, apple cider vinegar and all of that stuff. That was like the days, but now it's just a lot easier and more convenient to just have great products to use. But I might run it back one of these vlogs and actually make my own flaxseed gel and all of that stuff, which is really great for your hair. So let me know if you guys want to see that, because I would definitely do that. That used to really make my hair grow nice and long and healthy. Like my goal is for my hair to obviously, like right now, it's like just below my shoulder. So my goal is to like have long hair, like not to my waist, but like down my back for sure. That was the length of my hair when I used to relax it. So having that in natural, like in my natural state, would be really awesome. So, and I definitely know that it is possible. I definitely think I'm going to, like I was saying like a couple of vlogs ago, I'm going to not do braids as often as I usually do, just because I want my hair to really just air out. And if you do it too often as well, it can actually be more of a reverse, not so much protective, and it actually just like ruins your hair. So give my hair a rest. Summer months, so at least it's like, okay, when it's like fall or it starts to get cold, then I can be like, okay, it's hair braiding time, right? So I'm definitely going to give myself a few months of a break, so I won't have any braids. I'll just be rocking my hair. And yeah, so I'm done. Finally, I gotta clean up all this hair that's all over the place, and after that get dressed, obviously, into my PJs. And I think I actually have to show you guys, I want to show you guys this bag that I got from Anthropologie, and I got these bag charms. So I'm about to probably put those on and then show you guys. And then I'm just probably going to do some admin stuff, because the hubby is actually editing a reel, which I'm going to have short form, and I'm going to put that up. It's going to be well up by the time you see this vlog, but I'm putting that up before it gets too late in the afternoon. That's a new reel and shorts. So as you guys been seeing, if you have followed me on my previous platform, Organized Sweet Tea, then you guys know that I have been coming back slowly into food. And so you might notice a few food shorts on the channel. If you are into cooking and baking and stuff like that, definitely check it out. Definitely check out my website, organizedSweetTea.com, where I have all my recipes and all that stuff. So yeah, so I have a few new stuff actually on there, especially this roundup that I feel like everyone is gonna love, which also, if you have kids, it'll be perfect for them for the summer, which is this like childhood nostalgia recipe roundup, and it's like 75 plus recipes. So I just dropped that as well. And I obviously dropped my my Jamaican pineapple jerk chicken, which if you have not tried it, I definitely recommend. And then I'm also going to be making, later on today, you guys are going to see more BTS of salmon chowder. So I'm actually remaking that. So a lot of right now what I'm doing is like there's a few recipes on my site that I made a couple years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago, that I'm actually now going to be reshooting, whether it be for videography or photography or both. So you guys are going to get to see a lot of those BTS. I want to kind of show you guys the behind the scenes of the content creation world and my process and all that stuff. And obviously, the more and more I do it, the more and more in depth I'll go with it. And so yeah, so that you guys are going to see of the chowder later. And then obviously I'll show you guys like a preview of the actual reel itself. So you kind of see how it looks when it's like being put together versus how it looks after it's nice and edited. Sorry guys, I'm just rinsing out this brush. Hopefully you can hear me well. Yeah, so I'm gonna do all of that later on. Today is usually our Sabbath, so it's gonna be like half a work day because I don't want to not honor it, because we usually just spend super quality time as a family and watch shows and movies and stuff like that. And my son really loves it, so yeah, so it's gonna just be half a day in terms of work, so very light. And so, yeah, that's it, guys. So I am about to, like I said, clean up all of this hair and all that stuff, get dressed, and then show you guys the bag. So BRB. Hey guys, so as you can see, I'm in my pajamas and I just actually finished putting the charms that I was telling you guys about on the bag. So this is how it looks. So as you can see, hopefully the lighting is great. Put all these little charms on it and it comes with a gold chain. So voila. So it's a super big clutch and it has a chain. So now it has these little charms so that I can wear it and it's not just super plain. So that is that. So like I said, I'm about to do some admin work. And then later on, you guys are going to see me do some BTS of the salmon chowder recipe that I am reshooting for my site and for short form. And then that's going to be it for today. But my hair is currently drying. So as you can see, they are like still very wet. So it takes a few hours usually for them to dry. So once they dry, then I will wrap my hair in a bonnet and that's it. So yeah, so I am going to get all that done. I have to also charge this so that you guys can see BTS later because it's actually dying, the Osmo. So I'm about to do that. And then, yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys shortly. All right, you guys. So as you guys can see, I wanted to kind of walk you through my little mini creative process. So I told you guys that you guys are going to see BTS and things like that. So obviously throughout the vlog, you've seen other recipes that I've done, but I kind of wanted to walk you through this because I didn't get to the last time. And so I'm remaking and reshooting my creamy salmon chowder. And so right now, as you can see on my screen, this is actually the recipe. And so this is on my site, Orchids of Sweet Tea. And so this is the current recipe with the whole thing. It's already there with all the photos and all of that stuff. And so I'm actually right now currently just rewriting the recipe itself and then making any minor tweaks that I see fit to just kind of refine it and really make it perfect. Because obviously this was like 3 years ago. And so much has changed. I've learned so much in terms of just execution of dishes, all of the good things. And so I'm just kind of refining the recipe, which I'm adjusting and making a few changes. And then I am going to obviously be shooting it. So I'm going to be shooting the photos to change the photos and update that. And then I'm also going to be doing a short form video. So you guys are going to see all of that. Usually I do both simultaneously. So as I'm doing the photography, I'm also switching over into the videography and then back to photography and then back to videography. Makes it much easier for me instead of having to do it twice. So I'm doing doing a lot of that stuff in real time. So yeah, so I'm excited about this recipe because it's one of the recipes that were super popular short form wise in terms of video on IG. So I'm excited to revamp this. Visually, I'm just considering just the food styling of it all, the garnishes, all of the things. I'm changing that up. And so yeah, so it's going to be a lot better. So yeah, so I'm excited. Just so you can see up close, this is how it looks. That is the salmon chowder, and it's blackened seasoning. And so if you haven't had blackened seasoning, it's really good, guys. Like, it's, I don't even know how would you describe it. I actually have a blackened seasoning blend recipe on my site as well. It's really just like, it's just, there's a level of spice and sweetness to it. It's just like the perfect combination flavor. So if you have not had it, definitely recommend it. You can get it store-bought, or like I said, I have the seasoning blend recipe on my site as well, which I do link within the salmon chowder recipe. So you can also make it at home if you don't have it in terms of store-bought. But yeah, so that's my process. So I've already written down everything. All of that is done. I'm about to, the salmon is already baked because I just feel like it's redundant to kind of put it in the video. Sometimes I just kind of like jump ahead to the main parts that is actually more proactive. So I have to first, before I start the video, I'm going to roast a bit of corn and jalapenos, because this time I feel like, although the original recipe, it was like just fresh jalapenos that were chopped on the topping, I want to add a little bit of flavor profile, but also just a little bit of character to the toppings. So I'm going to roast it this time, and I'm also going to roast some corn just to have that as well on the top, and just really just make it, again, visually bold and appealing and all of the things. So yeah, so that's my process. So I'm about to get ready now. The hubby has already set up everything, so you guys are going to see per usual how it looks, but I think this time I'm just going to show you guys, before I even get started, the whole thing so that you can see the entire setup. If you are a content creator or you know someone who is, I always have my resources page on my site, Organs and Sweet Tea, where I break down all of the equipment that I use. So if you are interested in that, I have that linked in the description. And so yeah, so I'm going to get ready to take you guys along. So give me a second, let me gather my things, and then we are going to head out. So BRB. All right, y'all. So I am out here. I'm in the kitchen, and I have just prepped all of my ingredients, which I'm going to bring them all out onto the board. And so I just want to show you guys real quick. So for anybody who's doing content creation, but as you can see, I have all of my ingredients prepped and put into bowls, and I just have them all out, which they're all going to go on the board, and you guys will see that. And so this helps for efficiency when you are doing videography. Obviously, I do this as well for photography to show the ingredients, but if you're doing videography, it makes life a lot easier. And so those are all just prepped, and I'm about to bring them out onto the board. You guys are going to see how I lay them out side by side, so that it's just a lot easier for me to just grab and go, and it makes the videography a lot more seamless. Do you guys see this one here? Say hello to the people, Kingston. Say hello, because you were being very vocal. So say hello to the people. Look, the camera's right here. Say hello. Are you going to say hello? This is my youngest, folks, the puppy of the family. Say hello. He's 2 now, so, but very active. Say hello to the people. You just wanted to make noise. You just wanted me to lift you up. Yeah, he loves for me to lift him up, guys. All right, guys. I'm about to get ready to start. BRB, guys. guys. Don't mind the look. I am literally ready for bed. I'm in my PJs. It's like 10 o'clock at night, but I wanted to show you guys this kind of like peanut drink that I'm about to make. And so originally it's a recipe on my Orchids and Sweet Tea site, and it's actually called Jamaican Vegan Peanut Punch. So hopefully you guys can see it. I'm gonna be doing a few minor tweaks because honestly I'm only making it because right now your girl is feeling like I need to use the bathroom and I can't. Mostly because for the past 2 days had a few cheat moments, and I feel like the dairy really just ruined my whole digestive flow. So I've been doing really great since being super adamant about my diet and health the past couple of months. So it's the worst when you fall off just by like 1 or 2 simple cheat moments, or just, you know, falling off moments. And so yeah, so getting myself back on track. So obviously you know that you need to just get fiber in. It's obviously late. I don't want to eat any heavy foods or anything. So I'm about to put all of it in a drink, and we're about to drink that. So right now I have medjool dates, which I am about to soak in some hot water. So that's gonna be the first thing. So this is gonna be my sweetener. So instead of using maple syrup or anything, I'm just gonna use dates, because dates also are excellent in fiber. So you can actually use, I'm gonna just use 2. It's always great to soak them to soften it up and to also just make it easier to blend out. So if you didn't know, so I already have my water boiling. So I'm just putting that in. Literally it's just enough to cover it with boiling water. And if you can see them, they're right there. So you soak it for like 5 minutes and then you just take them out. So in the meantime, while I have those soaking, I'm about to just put together this drink right quick. All right, so let me let you guys come closer so that you can see. So I got my blender. So you literally just start with, I'm about to start with liquids. So of course I always have my milk because we don't do dairy milk. So I'm putting like about a cup or so, or a cup and a half, because I want it to be a little bit more liquidy and not as thick. So I'm putting more liquids. Then we're gonna have our peanut butter. So if you didn't know, peanut butter is also another great source of fiber, and it has both soluble and insoluble fiber, which is great. And so when you pair that with oats and the other things we're going to be pairing it with, it's definitely going to get the job done a lot better. So also be sure to use a natural organic peanut butter and not one that has a whole bunch of calories or sugar, because then you kind of defeat the purpose. So I always like using Justin's. And so that one is like a great organic brand. They also have like the almond butter and stuff as well. But for the peanut butter, this is what I like to use, because it's also, they have a, I don't think this one is it, but they have a gluten-free version. So if you also are gluten-free, they have that. Oh yes, this is gluten-free as well. So yeah, it's automatically gluten-free. So you're about to get, I'm about to do like 2 tablespoons because I like peanut butter flavor. 2 tablespoons of that in there. All right, so that's that. Now we are about to get busy with the other ingredients. It's gonna be super simple. So the peanut punch has like dairy-free sweetened condensed milk and all of that stuff. Again, this purpose, I'm doing just a variation of this drink because I want it to just have a lot of fiber. So I'm about to use some flaxseed, because as you know, flaxseed will certainly get you going. If you don't want to use flaxseed, of course you can also use chia seeds. But I just use like a little, so like a teaspoon of that flaxseed meal. You can also use the whole ones if you want to, because it's all being blended, so it doesn't have to be the meal. And then of course we're about to use some roll oats. Again, my roll oats are organic and they are also gluten-free, and it's always Bob's Red Mill. So I'm about to probably do like maybe 2 spoons of this. As you know, oatmeal is very good as well. All right, and it also will give it a little bit of body. So that's that. Then, of course, I always gotta add a little bit of spices to it. So add a little bit of cinnamon. And again, you want that Ceylon cinnamon. That's the healthier version. And then just a pinch of nutmeg just to give it a little taste. And then I'm about to just drain this, which is the dates. And then add those in. Those are drained, and now you can add them in so they're nice and softened, which is what you want. And then that's it. That's all the ingredients. Now you just close it up and you blend. So if any of you guys have a moment and you struggle, this is an easy drink to make, just to be like, time to get it going. Of course, you can take supplements and all that extra stuff, but there are just plenty of ways to naturally get yourself going. And sometimes it might not be right away. You just drink a lot of water in between, but it'll eventually get the job done. You're about to just see me blend this up. Don't mind the noise. All right, that's it. Oh, and if you're wondering, the blender, I've mentioned it, I believe, in other vlogs, but if not, if you follow me on IG, then you'll see it in my reels all the time. This is the Beats Health blender, and I always have them in my Amazon shop in the description. They're awesome. This is actually their larger size one. They have another one that's a little bit smaller, and then they have mini ones, so it's really great to have as just an easy on-hand thing. All right, so as you can see, it's super liquidy like a milkshake, and boom, that's it, folks. So all I got to do now, gather my straw. We're going to test it out. All right, so let's see. As liquidy as it is, it has body, so it's really good. I definitely don't mind that it's not sweet, but if you want yours to be more sweeter, add more dates, or you can add the 2 dates like I did and then add some maple syrup. But yeah, I don't mind that it's not sweet because I don't need it to be sweet at this moment. But yeah, that's it, y'all. That is it. I know that I said I was going to talk to you guys about like the whole nervous system thing and health updates, but I feel like this vlog is super jam-packed with a lot of things, especially with the cleaning and the decluttering and all of that stuff. So I'm going to save all of that for the next vlog, which is going to be really more health-based and feminine hygiene and all of that good stuff. So I think it's more befitting for that vlog. So yeah, because I don't want to rush through it. I want to kind of tell you guys, have in-depth conversation, remedies and all of that good stuff. So yeah, so I'm saving that for the next vlog, so I did not forget. So bear with me. But yeah, but that is it. So I'm about to drink this. We're about to find a movie, probably on Netflix or Apple or something like that. And then yeah, I'm gonna get a recipe updated that I did, that you guys saw the BTS for in this, the chowder. I'm gonna get that updated on my site, and then we're putting out the reel on IG for tomorrow, God's willing, and so you guys will see a preview of that when I show you guys the you've probably already seen it at this point with the BTS. I showed you guys a clip of how the finished product is in terms of the video. So that's it. So I'm about to wind it down and wrap it up for tonight. I'm definitely going to talk to you guys in a few faith talks, a faith talk moment, and then we're gonna wrap up the vlog. So yeah, so cheers. Hopefully you will try this and it helps you, but definitely good. I hate warm, so I'm probably gonna add some ice to mine. That's the only thing that I have an issue. But besides that, this is very good. So I feel like this will definitely do its job, and I will definitely update you guys in the next vlog whether this helped me right away or not, and if I needed to do all the other things like drink water and all that stuff. So again, have a good night, y'all.
What could he do for me? I told him that my love is free, but can you match me? I can do it all for myself, want you but really don't need help, so can you match me? I like luxury, I like fancy things, shine on my body, live like royalty, treat you like a king. If I trust, but you must be worthy of the crown. I'm not just anybody, born to live in luxury. La 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 lux. La 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 la. I'm serving rich Auntie Chloe B. I know my job is a blessing, but if you hate me, rocks on my wrist, fur on my feet, setting the table in all the chic, baby. Come